Hello, and welcome back to some Long Dark, and more precisely, Wintermute, the narrative story of Long Dark. Now, in the previous episode, we managed to rescue everyone that needed to be rescued, and we also made sure to get as close to finished with the supplies for the community hall's kitchen storage. And off camera, as I said I would in the previous episode, between episodes off camera I have made sure that I have enough food to finish the quest. Which, just go in again, needs like 5,595 calories. And what I did was looking around on the map and see where I could go where there might be food. And I know there is like one or two places that can have food. That is where the plane crash is, over here at the tail section, and Joplin's bunker. That can have it as well. Now, I didn't get that far. I was planning to go to this area at the Burned Ridge Cave, like the tail section, Joplin's bunker raid. This area up here. I was thinking about going there, but I never got that far. I got about here-ish, and then I got attacked by a bunch of wolves. So I fought them off with a... if I remember correctly, I used a marine flare. I fought them off, and thought that, okay, they run away and that I can continue on up here and gather what I need. Nope. Just a bit later, once I have started continuing my journey, they came back. So I thought, okay, I'll kill them. And then I continue on up to there. But I killed them. And then I thought, how much meat do I get for harvesting them? So, I have... this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 pieces of wolf meat, cooked wolf meat, at each piece is at 805 calories. So, yeah, I made sure that I had enough, and I just basically said, okay, I don't need to go up there. So I made my way back, and here we are. And as promised, we are going to... I'm pretty heavy due to the meat. Like 13 kilos, because each piece is a kilo. Let's go in here. Food, and I'm probably not going to have to put all of it away. I'm probably going to be able to keep some, which is actually good, because I'm going to need some food for the rest of the journey of this story. And one more. And there we go. And with that completed, we can talk to Father Thomas, who has moved Oh, right.
Thank you for your efforts. You have likely saved the lives of all these people. They now have a fighting chance to last through this storm. You have done God's work here, and He will forever look favorably upon you.
Thank you, Father. Do you think while looking favorably on me, He could also help me find a way out of here?
As I said, the usual paths are blocked. But the blizzard, it may have displaced enough snow to...
To what?
There is another route. It's a dangerous one. Through the mountains.
I'll take my chances. I really need to get to Perseverance Mills. If things are this bad here, they'll be worse. Look, I just need to get there. Can you help me?
An entrance to the old coal mine. If the blizzard moved enough snow, you might be able to get in there. It passes through the mountain. After that, you'll find the highway. It follows the coastline. Follow the highway, and God willing, you'll get to Perseverance Mills. Here, I'll draw it on your map for you.
Thank you, Father.
My thanks to you, my child. And if you'll permit an old priest an indulgence, I'd like to share some wisdom with you.
Go ahead, Father.
Your burden. I see it weighs heavily on you.
I don't know what you mean.
Yes, you do. You do not have to carry it alone.
Look, thank you, Father. But religion isn't really...
I don't say this as an attempt to sway your thinking or help you find faith. But find something, someone, to help with your burden. Otherwise it will consume you.
Look around you, Father. I think the Lord may have His hands full right now. Whatever burdens I may have, they're mine to bear. And mine alone.
However crowded his table, there is always a seat for you, my child.
I'll keep it in mind, Father. Here, you should take this back.
Keep it, my child. I fear you will have need of it before this long winter is done.
Right. So, we need to leave. We have to find a way out of here. Now, normally, eating predator meat such as wolf meat is not necessarily something you want to do because in the story mode you don't really encounter it, and you don't encounter it on lower difficulty, but if you play interloper on free play, you don't want to eat too much predator meat.
Hello, Molly.
Wow, I hate to be a foregone conclusion.
Well, I don't seem to get a lot of other calls out here.
I want to know something. Why did you work so hard to help those strangers? Would they have done the same for you?
I have no idea.
I doubt they would. You probably work all day, every day. Bust your ass to help people, delivering babies or researching or whatever it is you do. Does anyone really notice?
I'm not sure, but I don't do it for that.
You don't do it for recognition because you don't get any.
What is this about, really?
I could have been something, too. Something more than a farmer's wife. Something more than a cattleman's daughter.
I'm sure you could have, Molly.
Don't patronize me. I could have been something, but I let him stop me. I let myself be small so he could feel like somebody. I gave up everything for him, and to him, I didn't even exist. I let him make me small. Less than nothing.
What happened to him, Molly?
You wouldn't understand.
Did he hurt you? Did you kill him?
There's different ways to hurt people. Some ways heal. Other ways never do. And I told you. The wolves killed him. Never mind that. I called to tell you something.
What did you call to tell me, Molly?
There's an old radio tower. On the top of the hill, overlooking my farm. You can see the tower from my porch. Not sure if you can get it working, but the radio up there would be good enough to reach Perseverance Mills. You could maybe find out about your guy. The precious mystery thing that you hope he has.
A radio? But why'd you wait so long to tell me?
Well, I didn't know if it'd work. And also, girl gets lonely out here, I guess. It was nice to have someone to talk to.
And sometimes it takes a bit of time to jog your memory. Anyway, it sounds like literal ass outside. Yeah. I don't know. To be honest, I also don't know if... I don't remember... Oh, I don't remember... Anyway, let's start moving. Now, I am not sure if this story here follows the same logic. Like if Wintermute follows the same logic as the normal Long Dark experience, where if there is a storm or a blizzard of some kind, there are no predators out and about. I think that's the case. No, that's not the case. Okay. Immediately proving me wrong. Right. Let's move. Let's make sure we cover some distance because yeah, we need to get out of their area, so to speak. I do have a normal flare, so we
I can't feel my hands.
can make use of that, but hopefully we can get to where we need to be. All we need to do is follow the road. Making sure to stay in cover so we save as much as possible on the temperature. So we don't start taking damage too early. Yeah, there's quite some distance left to cover, but worst
God,
case,
yeah, freezing.
yeah. Worst case scenario, we will just make sure to camp somewhere and make a fire. I could possibly make a fire here. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, let's do that. I like these
One little fire.
hollow trees because it means there's very few
Perfect.
places where it can actually like the wind has to shift 180 to have a chance of messing with the campfire, which is quite nice. So, yeah. Had this been Interloper, I would have been forced to use like a piece of coal, but since this is practically lower difficulty, we don't have that. As part of the game. There we go, and let's continue. The reason why I made sure to pick up one cup of the tea with me, at least, is to extend the temperature, the time when we have temperature. If you didn't know, you can do that. You can chain you can travel quite a distance before you actually start taking damage if you do something like that. Which means that even if you can't warm up, if you have a really long distance, you actually increase the odds at making it and lower the amount of damage you're going to be taking in the long, like totally at the end once you reach your destination. Which, depending on the weather, such as this, it's actually really important. Now, in Wintermute, if you play on like easy or normal difficulty, it doesn't really make a difference because the story is revolving around the story, not so much the survival aspects. It's more there to immerse you in the story and the environment than anything else. There is a difficult hard setting, but I don't see any point in that when you're literally playing for the sake of the story. The free play, the normal Long Dark experience, basically sandbox mode. It does. Playing Interloper is probably, at least for me, the most fun way of doing it. Let's make sure we drink that before it gets cold. I'm actually not sure how long it takes until something becomes cold in your inventory, but it can stay warm for quite some time. But exactly how long, I'm not sure, to be honest. I am not sure. We're getting closer and closer. Important thing here, because of Blizzard, is make sure to stay in this sort of ditch where the road is. Otherwise, it's going to be rather difficult getting to where we need to go. Now, we do have a map with the arrow where you are, so you won't be lost, but might be a little bit difficult if you're trying to... It's easy to get lost in this kind of weather, so map awareness is super important in this game. Bloody wolves. Well, yeah, we can do something like this. It's a bit cheesy to do this, but don't really have a lot of... Yeah, I don't have a lot of ammo, or rather any at this point. Oh, they are so annoying. At least the normal flares work for quite a long while, so it's fine.
My fingers feel numb.
Yeah. Come on. Did you die? I mean, I know I shot you a lot, but... Like, they are not broken. Like, they are not defeated yet. Almost, but not in, like, not fully. That is,
It's too cold to think. The radio tower. So I have a chance, at least.
yeah, I'm not sure. I am not sure what happened there. Anyway, doesn't matter. Here we are.
Best be prepared for anything.
Oh. I don't want these. They are so heavy. They burn literally forever, but they are way too heavy.
Barely walked with this much gear. More bodies, Molly.
Apparently. Yeah, I can't see any of the wolves.
Can only hope the radio in here is in better shape than everything else in the valley.
True. Yeah, there's so much loot on lower difficulties. On Interloper, you get used to not finding anything. Like, more like you're getting surprised if you find something. What I had there in those two, that will not happen on Interloper. Like, it just won't. Some more ammunition. I'm basically looting just to see what there is, and so I can nitpick what I want to take with me and go from there. It all happened during a storm, so we will never know exactly what the hell went on out there. All we do know is that we're cut off from the highway now. Tons and tons of rocks stand between us and the rest of Great Bear. An earthquake? Maybe. Right. I am not 100% sure. Let's do this so we can actually see something. I can see, but you can't probably can't see if I don't have this on, so let's turn it on. More ammunition, that's not a bad thing, that's good. Now that's burnt out. It's the radio, I think that's what I need to interact with. Oh yeah, the torch or flashlight. Don't need that. Don't need two of you. Don't need that. Don't need a bunch of extra clothing. Just not necessary. You saw that with the red X disappearing. Anything that is ruined and you put into a locker disappears. That's the way of deleting them, and because the thing is, if something is ruined, you can't fix it. You can only like dismantle it or delete it, like putting into a locker or like a storage or something and making it go away. That's pretty much the only thing you can do. Let's see. Sorry about the darkness.
Yep, the radio's sure dead. Well, that trip was a waste. I should get some shut-eye. Strike off for the mine Father Tom mentioned in the morning. It's time to say bye to Pleasant Valley.
And we're going to sleep in a bed if you can't see that.
Huh. The radio. It's working. Damn. Why can't I get anything?
Come in, this is Perseverance Mills?
Hello?
Come in. Hello?
Can anyone hear me?
Is this the radio station at Perseverance Mills?
Can you hear me?
We need help. There's some kind of quarantine situation. Hello?
Mackenzie.
What do you mean quarantine?
Mackenzie, is that you?
Is there a doctor with you? We need a doctor or medical assistance, anything.
I can hear him, but he can't hear me.
We're cut off.
You're alive. Damn it, Mackenzie. You're alive. And on your way to Perseverance Mills. I've got to get there.
Right.
Electricity.
Yeah, let's take that.
Must be reacting to the lights in the sky. What is it, Molly?
We have a lot in common, you and I.
How's that?
We both left our men behind. We both like to be alone. We're both hiding from our pasts.
I don't know what you mean.
Yes, you do. I didn't kill him, you know. I wanted to. So many times. I just never had the courage. And as bad as it got at times, at least I wouldn't be alone. Being alone would be worse. That's what I told myself.
I don't judge you, Molly.
I didn't kill him, but I may as well have. I watched while the wolves surrounded him. I knew what was coming. I had a rifle in my hands. I could have helped him.
Molly.
It all happened in slow motion, you know, like a ballet. They were so quiet and confident, like there was no other way it could end. And I just stood there, frozen. He was yelling at me to shoot, but I couldn't. They circled. And then they were on him, like a force of nature.
Molly? Why are you telling me this?
Because it's important for someone to know
For someone to know what?
that I don't regret it. Not for a second.
The convict. Outside with the arrows in his back. That your handiwork too?
Yep. They're all gonna pay now, Astrid.
Who are?
All of them. We've been in the background, in the shadows, invisible, overlooked for too long. Not anymore.
I'm not sure revenge is the answer, Molly.
Maybe not, but it'll do for now. Feels good to be on this side of the hunt. So I'm making up for lost time. Take care of yourself, Doctor.
You too, Molly.
Tell me one last thing. Your pilot. The one you left behind. He one of the good ones?
Yes, he is. But things are complicated between us. Let's just say I wouldn't want to find him with an arrow in his back.
Then I hope to never meet him. It's been good talking with you, Astrid. For a little while, you took the loneliness away. I hope you find what you're looking for. I hope you can help those people up in Perseverance Mills and find some peace for yourself.
Thank you, Molly. I hope you can find some peace, too.
Right. Now we know what happened. Now, technically speaking, I should probably end the episode because it's that time, but I think we will extend this because we're about to, if I'm not completely wrong, we are basically on the cusp of finishing, so I don't think it makes much sense to like extend it much more. I really do think it's better to just keep on going a bit and finish up. One thing that I am going to do is make sure I'm not way overweight. Because, yeah. It's going to be a bit of a journey. Put away like 10 of you. I don't need that. I don't need that. I'm not going to need that. I think what I should do is refuel this. And then put that away. I think we are as ready as we can be. Pretty much. So let's get going. Now it sounds like it's windy outside, so oh yeah, it's windy. Make sure we load up. And there we go. I honestly think the easiest way is try to get down to the road and follow that. So yeah, let's try to do that. Let's see if we can get down to the road.
Jesus, this is cold.
Not that way. There's still some way to go. It's rather cold. Thankfully, I have quite some health on me, so
I've never felt so cold.
should be able to make it down. And still some way to go. Pick up some sticks. And we should soonish find the road. Make sure we actually can get on the road and up on the bridge properly. There we go. Now, I think I will need to stop by somewhere along the way just to warm up, but we'll see. We will see. And I'm not sure if we will have to fight any more wolves. We might have to, because I think in the story in Wintermute, not all, but most encounters with like wildlife is, especially in the third one here, I think is like scripted. It's basically spawning them in as an event, and then you have to deal with them and go from there. So, but I might be wrong. I'm actually not sure. But at times it feels like that's the case. You get to a certain part of a story, like when you rescue people and all of a sudden you have like a bunch of wolves on you. So, yeah. Takes a bit of time to travel. What you want to do in these kind of situations is basically, if you know where you need to go and you know there is a road to follow the road, even if it's not necessarily the quickest way of going there. If it's the surest way of getting from point A to point B, you should probably stick to the road, because the visibility is not that good. The possibility of like doing a 180 and all of a sudden you're going back to where you were is quite high. Especially if the map is sort of a maze as well. If you then don't know where you're actually going, it can be very easy getting lost. Now let's very quickly head in here and see if we can warm up, like just a bit. Sleep 1 hour, that should be enough to get back up to 100. Oh, almost 100% of warmth or temperature, whatever you want to call it, which means we can continue. Yeah, and I think the weather at this point in the story is always going to be this. It's basically scripted to be this, so it's not going to become better. If you wait, so I wouldn't really put any time into trying to wait out the weather, because I don't think that's really an option. Which means if you want to do all the side quests, you should do that before turning in the supplies to the community storage. I think I need to go this way. Yeah, already, but I need to go this way. It's a bit of guesswork which way you actually need to go because of the blizzard, but yeah, this is not it. This is just a cave. And it's not warm enough to actually warm up, so never mind. But I think we hug. We go along here and hug right. Oh, how annoying. You can, if you wonder why I did that, it's because if you have a sprained ankle, you can't sprint. But you can get rid of it immediately by using a bandage. So that's why I did that. Oh my god, where is the way up? And there are wolves.
Better stay alert.
Is this the way? Yeah, here we go. This is mining road. Right. Anyway, the reason why they get demoralized that quickly, if you didn't know, the marine flare is the best thing to demoralize timberwolves. And if you didn't see, it also touched the wolf, which meant that it demoralized them even more than it otherwise normally would have. So but they burn out really, really quickly. So you need to right. Leaving Pleasant Valley, make sure you this is the point of no return. Exactly. And I would argue you should have done all the side quests before going to completing the community hall supply thing. Anyway, this is going to be a long episode. I apologize, but that's just how it's going to be.
Looks iffy.
This is basically the last bit of the chapter or episode or whatever you want to call it. Oh yeah, this is iffy.
It's a mine, all right. Air is thick.
Yep. And one thing that did back in the day was that they had a bird, like a canary or something, in a cage.
Dead end.
And if the bird died, they knew there were lethal and toxic gases,
No way
and they
know
had to
how
get
deep it
out
goes.
immediately. Yeah, I do not envy miners back in the day. The fact that they actually managed to get anything out at times, like under those working conditions, are like a miracle, I would say.
I can use this.
Yeah, it is iffy.
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
Right. That happens. All right.
Nothing broken. Still breathing.
Which is a bit of a miracle, but okay.
I can probably duck under those rocks.
Yeah, probably can. I just didn't press crouch. Oh. Oh yeah. Teach you about the electricity hazard. What did it say? Things. Yeah, electrical hazards. Keep away from electrical hazards, especially when near water. Exactly. This wire has electricity because of the aurora, and because it touches the water, all of this water is electrified. So make sure not to step in the water. I wonder if I took the correct passage. I'm not sure. We'll see. Worst case scenario, I have to just go back.
This elevator looks like the only way out of here.
Mm-hmm. Right, I need to fix it. Right. Forgot about that. Little detail, but yeah.
This'll come in handy.
If nothing else. Oh, a flashlight. Whatever. Don't really need it. Also don't really need that. Did I? Oh yeah, I did become injured. That's why she's whining and complaining. And then make sure we remove the pain, because it's going to be a pain seeing that filter on the screen. Basically gets blurry if don't need to choke on some more pills when I don't need it. Burnt out fuse. Right, I need to find the fuses and replace them. Right, I need to do that. I don't actually remember. Right, I think I'm starting to remember. You know what? I'm going to I'm going to actually finish this. I'm actually going to say this has been an hour. I'm probably going to have to do. I incorrectly anticipated how much more was left, so I thought, oh, okay, whatever, I can extend it and finish it. But we are probably going to have one more episode, so next episode I will finish this off and actually be done with this part of the story. And yeah, so with that, I think I'm not missing or forgetting anything. So all that I ask of you is that you, well, if you want to, like the video and leave a comment if you have something to say, or I mean, if you're feeling really, really generous, maybe even subscribe if you feel like it's actually worth your time. Clicking all of those buttons and doing all of those things, if you really want to. But that is what you have to, well, not so much gather courage, but make up your own mind for. So, with that, I am going to actually move away from that a bit and round off this episode here. So, and we will finish off this part of the story in the next one, most likely. So for now, thanks for watching, goodbye, and I hope I'll see you in the next one.